Hi everybody, it's Mark here, and we have moved on to the Prince of Wands. The equivalent for me is the King of Wands in the RWS, but this is such a shinier guy. I really prefer this one. He's a real attention getter and seeker. He likes an audience, he's got a sense of humor, and he likes to shine. So, no surprise that the Strength card, or Lust as it's called in Thoth, has the lion and the lion here sort of as a correlate. And of course we see that with these two cards as well. So this guy is heir of fire, because all princes are air, and he is 2 parts Leo or Lust and 1 part Cancer or Chariot. So that's his makeup. We can see the same here, and I think the way these two work together in terms of this one's personality, I see this Chariot card. I always have seen the Chariot card, this one as well as this one. I know people think of someone who's like a victor or a warrior of some sort, but I do see that part as well, and as a go-getter and as an adolescent leaving home for the first time and those types of things. But I also see very much so that this Chariot is basically the personality that we inhabit in this lifetime, that we carry around with us, that we interact with others through, almost like this armor or the carapace of a crab is our personality, what we're showing to the world. And interestingly enough, the card that adds up to 7 is the Tower, and I often see the Tower as cracking through that edifice of that personality and seeing more sort of what's beneath it, that type of deal. So I just think that this guy, as a combination of these two cards, is really forthright in showing his personality, sort of showing off his personality, or just showing off in general. I mean, this guy is really looking like he's going, ta-da, I'm here, let's get the party started, fun has arrived, and I can see that when I sort of meditate on these two cards together. Not as strong in that respect when I look at these cards. They just don't seem to carry that same, really, that energy that's right in your face. But in any case, the Prince of Wands, his first decan is July 12th to July 21st, so we're still in Cancer. And that first decan is ruled by the 4 of Cups and is considered the shadow of the Prince of Wands. And the second decan is July 22nd to August 1st, and that is the 5 of Wands, and now we've moved into the Leo cards from the Cancer cards. The third decan is the August 2nd to August 11th, and that is the 6 of Wands, more Leo in this decan. And the Leo bit that this fella is missing is the 7 of Wands. So this is not part of the Prince of Wands. This is part of the Knight of Discs, who we will look at next. So here, and that Knight of Discs is, and that 7 of Wands is what this Prince of Wands is missing. So here we have it summarized for your attention. So let's go back a bit. So what is in his shadow is the 4 of Cups. That's that lingering Cancer energy. And this Prince of Wands fella, he is not easily satisfied. He wants new excitement, new adventures. Same old, starts to feel kind of dull and not as emotionally sustaining and a bit stagnant at this point. Here we have these 4 cups filled to the brim, but the sea is getting a bit rocky and the sky is turning gray. And same idea with this guy with his arms crossed and giving the big no thank you to this cup up here. So that's in his shadow, that dissatisfaction seems to drive him to go out in the world and have experiences. So then the first proper decan, the Leo decan of his card, is the 5 of Wands, called Strife in Thoth. And I like to sort of stretch that word to actually mean strive. So you're really going for something, trying for something, whether in this game here you're trying to win the game. In the Thoth card, this is the first Magician's Wand, the first Adept, the second, and the third, or in any case, it's the hierarchy, and this is the best magician here. So you're striving for this kind of attainment. And there might be some strife involved in that because of the competition to get there, to get that wand or to win that game. All the princes are made up of 4s, 5s, and 6s. So from different suits, of course, depending on which prince we're talking about. And so it kind of forms a bit of a story for the prince, because the 4 is saying that the princes come from stability. So certainly if you are a member of royalty, you've got a queen for a mother, there's certainly stability from when you're starting. But if you want to make something of yourself and not just be a royal and continue on, you move into the 5, where there has to be destabilization and change and crisis. And from there, we move into, and the princes all move into the 6, where ultimately they are victorious. And 6 is one of the best cards in the Minor Arcana. In the Tree of Life, it's the center, it's ruled by the sun. It's where you want to be, it's really good balance. So the prince's journey, all of the 4 princes that we have, ends well after some strife in the 5. And of course, can't help but think of Prince Harry, going from the stability to the strife to, I guess, successful independence at the end of the day. We'll have to see. Jury's still out on that one. So what this Prince of Wands is missing, the Leo decan that it's missing, which goes to the Knight of Discs, so I won't spend too much time on it, is the 7 of Wands, Valor. So he may have to really push himself to stand up for what he believes in. Some would say that Prince Harry doesn't have a lot of backbone, that Meghan's running the show. So that's how this would sort of play out in terms of that specific life, possibly. And maybe they're just not as brave in general. They don't have access to that bravery or valor, as we see here, as they like to pretend that they have in this big show that they're shining. But they do like to be inspiring for others in any case. And I see this king also as an inspiring king, just not as bright and shining. So that's it for the Prince of Wands, and I'll see you next time for the Knight of Discs. Bye for now.